everyone. Welcome back to Yoga with Shelly. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to get ready to start our practice today. If you've got your block to sit on and your belt, you're ready to go. And we'll just start by turning our hands up toward the ceiling and start our nice deep Ujjayi breaths, calming and relaxing. Start your Ujjayi breathing. Make a little sound in the back of your throat on your exhale. Nice and grounded there. On your next exhale, relax your jaw and your shoulders all the way down your spine, down through your sit bones. On our next inhale, we're going to start our 100 candle breath. So we're going to inhale, and at the very top of your inhale, take 2 more sips of breath to fill those lungs up as full as you can. And now on your exhale, I want you to exhale like you have to blow out 100 candles. So you want to regulate that breath and make it come out nice and slow, so you can get every one of those candles. And then push out as much air as you can at the bottom of your exhale. And then take a nice big cleansing breath. 2 sips at the top. And then exhale very slowly. This is what opera singers do to hold those notes. You singers know what I'm talking about. Slowly letting that air out. And then finally pushing it out using your diaphragm. Get it all out. And then a nice big cleansing breath. We'll do it one more time. At the top of your next inhale, 2 big sips at the top. Exhale very slowly. All the way down, your shoulders come down. You can feel yourself kind of deflating like a balloon, pushing all of that air out. And then another nice big breath. Very nice. And let's take a few more breaths, just slow and natural, noticing the float at the top of our inhale. Exhale, notice the pause at the bottom of your exhale. So good. Go ahead and set your intention for your practice here today. What you'd like to get out of your time here on your mat. What virtue or quality you would like to cultivate. Let's go ahead and open up our eyes. Now we're going to start warming up our body for our practice, getting everything ready. Stretch out that right arm. Take your left hand over your fingers. We'll do this every time. Pulling back gently. This gets our whole body ready for our practice. It starts waking up all our chakras, all our energy lines, gets that blood flowing. With each breath, you just move to the next finger, gently pulling back, feeling that nice stretch go up through your wrist and your forearm. And then you're going to reach underneath to your thumb, gently pulling down. Nice little twist. Release there. Bring both hands down. Then we're going to inhale. Take your hand out on the other side. Right hand goes over our fingers, gently pulling back. And then we're going to inhale to our pinky and our ring finger, middle finger, pointer, noticing that stretch go up through your palm, And then we're gonna reach underneath to our thumb, gently pulling down. Nice little twisting stretch there. And then our hands come back down to our legs. Now, let's inhale and roll those wrists up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, turn that rotation the other way. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Hands come back down to our legs. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, our chin comes down to our chest. We're going to take our right hand behind our head. Little pressure there on the back of our head, relaxing down through our shoulders, opening up our spine there on the back of our neck. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Right hand goes around the side of our head. Little pressure there on the side, relaxing that left arm. And release, inhale our head back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Left hand goes around the side of our head. Little pressure there, relaxing that right arm. And release, and inhale our head back up. Now let's just float our head on top of our spine, bringing everything back into alignment. Nice big inhale. Exhaling, relaxing down through our lower back and our sit bones. Gentle smile on our face. Noticing that energy going through our hands and our arms, through our head and our neck. Very nice. All right, so now we're gonna come up to all fours for tabletop and start warming up our spine. So here we go. We've got those hands below our shoulders and our knees below our hips. Our feet are flat on the mat. Pushing our hands into the mat. Belly's pulled in slightly. Next inhale, we're gonna drop that belly down. Look straight ahead and your tailbone goes up. Exhale, roll her back up toward the ceiling, pushing our hands and feet into the mat. Inhale, drop that belly down. Exhale, rolling our back up again, tucking your tailbone under. Inhale, roll, drop that belly down one more time. And exhale, roll that back up toward the ceiling. Cat-cows are really good to get your back into alignment if you feel like you threw out your back a little bit and you need to get things all straightened out. Cat-cows are really good to do for that. Okay, so next we're going to do a little balancing here, waking up our limbs. We're going to inhale, pick up our right hand and our left knee, and we're going to straighten that left leg and straighten through that right arm. Pushing that left hand into the mat, extending through that right shoulder, and back through your left leg. Belly's pulled in slightly. Pushing that left hand into the mat. Reaching with that arm and that leg. Exhale, hand and knee come back down. Adjusting here. Now we're going to inhale, pick up our left hand and our right knee. Extend through our left arm and our right leg, pushing that right hand into the mat. Our palm is facing to the right. Belly's pulled in. Waking up that arm and that leg. Exhale, hand and knee come back down and adjust here. All right, now we're going to tuck our toes under and lift up to down dog. Adjusting here through our feet and our hands. Our hands should be shoulder width apart and our feet are hip width apart. We want to tilt our pelvis forward, pushing the heels of our hands into the mat. Lifting those sit bones up toward the ceiling. Looking back at our knees, head's nice and loose. Belly comes in and under our rib cage. Turning our elbows in toward each other slightly. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. All right, next inhale. Walk those feet up between your hands. Relax down your spine for ragdoll. We can soften our knees here a little bit so our torso comes down a little bit further. Shake your head, no. Nod your head, yes. Inhale, bend those elbows and hold your elbows with your hands. And seesaw those arms back and forth. And then up and down. This is also very good for your back. Brings everything back into alignment. All right, now here we go. Next inhale, we're slowly going to start to come up. Arms are nice and loose, head's nice and loose. Slowly lifting up one vertebrae at a time. Lifting our sternum, our shoulders come over our hips, belly's pulled in. Nice big inhale. Exhale, relaxing down through our feet, down through our mat. Very good. All right, now we're ready for our 3 sun salutes. Here we go. Next inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. I don't ever put pressure here on my knees when I lift like this. My fingers are touching lightly. We don't want to put pressure there. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank, chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, 5 good breaths here in down dog. You can stretch up through your shoulders and your sit bones. You can bend your knees back and forth, left to right, keeping that head nice and loose, belly's pulled in. Nice deep breaths. Next inhale. If you want to hop, bend your knees, look between your hands, and push off with your feet. Or you can hop step. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Here we go again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. You can bring your hands down midline, or you can like swan dive, whatever feels good. Inhale, halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat. You can step or hop back to plank. Chaturanga down, keeping those elbows by your ribs. Inhale, cobra. You could do baby cobra or up dog, where my knees and my legs are off the mat. Exhale, down dog. You can always bend your knees to come up to down dog, or you can like lift your seat up like that. Whatever works for you. 5 big breaths here. Noticing that deep, grounded sound of your Ujjayi breathing. Next inhale, feet come up between our hands, lift halfway to flat back. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, heart center. All right, here we go, one more time. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands on the mat. Stepping back to plank, chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, 5 big breaths here. Now, from this down dog, we're going to come up to pigeon pose. So on our next inhale, shift your weight to your left foot. We're going to take our right knee up to our right hand. And then we're going to slide that left leg back and kind of lower that right sit bone down toward the mat. My sit bone is not on the mat. Here, I'll turn around and show you guys. Here I am like this. You can take your block and set it there if you want a little support. And we're going to walk our hands forward, taking our elbows wide. And we want to relax our head down, stacking our fists, relaxing our head there right on our fists. If that's not available, you can use your block we do want this to be a passive pose, so we do want to rest our head if we can, so that you can relax your jaw and your shoulders. So use that block if that feels right. You might do flat hands or your head might be on the mat. So you should be feeling it in that right hip, right here. Breathing into that right hip. And your right lower back. Okay, next inhale, let's go ahead and lift our head up. Now, we're going to bring that right sit bone down to the mat. And we're going to turn, bend our left knee, and we're going to connect our left hand to our ankle. Now, we're going to bend our elbow and gently pull that ankle, that heel in toward our glute. Getting that nice big stretch in that quad. Feels so good. And then we'll exhale, release that ankle, roll ourselves back up. And now we're going to balance and lift. So we're going to lift our sternum. And then we might balance and bring our hands up above our head. And then exhale, hands come back down. And then we're going to lift our leg up, bring that knee under our hip, adjust here, and we're going to go on the other side now with our left knee. Next inhale, that left knee comes up toward our hand, our foot goes in front of our right knee, and we're going to slide that leg back. Settling in here, breathing into that left hip. Our elbows come down and wide, and we stack our fists here, or we're on our block, maybe flat hands. Relaxing our lower back, relax your jaw, and back through that right leg. Breathing into that left hip. And now we're going to inhale, lift ourselves up. Bring that left sit bone down, turning to the right, bending our right knee, and connecting there at our ankle. Bending our elbow, gently pulling that heel in toward our seat. Our arm is nice and engaged there. You can feel that stretch through your shoulder. And then we're going to release that foot, roll ourselves back up. Now, this is kind of a balancing act. We're going to look straight ahead. Sternum comes up. Now, balancing. This might be tricky. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, bring our hands down. That's a tricky one, but if you tried it, awesome. And then we're going to roll back, bring that left knee back. Hands come below our shoulders. Tucking those toes under, lifting our seat up, and looking back at our knees. 5 big breaths here. Keeping our head loose, pushing the heels of our hands into the mat. All right, and then next inhale, feet come up between our hands. Lifting halfway to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up to the ceiling, big stretch. And exhale, heart center. All right, very good. Moving on. Now we're going to do our standing poses. So, we're here on our mat. We're lifting our sternum. Our shoulders are over our hips. Belly's pulled in. Next inhale, we're going to bend those knees and bring our hands up above and in front of our head for chair pose. Relax your lower back. Sacrum comes out a little bit. Lowering our lowering our seat down. Reaching up with those hands, engaging our shoulders and our arms, engaging our hips and our legs. All right, next inhale, straighten our legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway to flat back. Exhale, hands on the mat, stepping back to plank and chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's see. All right. Okay, next inhale, we're going to take our right foot and bring it up inside of our right hand, turning our left foot out, heel comes down. Nice lunge there on our right leg. Our knee is over our ankle, and our hands come up over our head. You can always go to 2 tracks if it's a balancing act. Sternum's lifted, belly's pulled in, engaging our shoulders and our arms, pushing toward that center line. Nice big inhale. Exhale, turn to your left. Left arm goes back, right arm goes forward. I'm going to turn around so my voice is going towards you. All right. Make sure that knee is right over our ankle. Reaching with our arms, gently pushing our feet into the mat. Next inhale, we're going to bend that right arm. Right arm comes down to our leg. Our left arm swoops down and goes up to about 2 o'clock. Now, we can use our block here and put our hand on our block, or we could do a TP hand or a flat hand. Reaching, extending through our rib cage. And on our next inhale, we're going to turn to the left, opening it up to the side. That left shoulder goes up toward the ceiling, and we can look up toward the ceiling through those fingertips. And exhale, bringing that shoulder and arm back down. Very good. Now we're going to lift. Go to 2 tracks here. 2 tracks means just widening our stance a little bit to give us a broader foundation. Inhale, reaching forward. And then lifting and twisting to the right, putting that left elbow over our right leg. Left hand resting on our shoulder. Right hand comes behind our back. Relaxing down our spine. Nice, straight, strong left leg. Relax where you can relax. And release and untwist. And lift and straighten that right leg. All right, here we go for our pyramid and triangle pose. Turning our hips to face straight ahead. Bending at our waist and reaching forward. And then hands come down to either side of our foot. Now, the key is to keep that leg straight, because that way you get that big stretch that goes up through the back of our leg. So we can use our block here to make it, here's my block. We can have our block here like this, so we can keep that leg straight. All right, now to go into triangle, we're gonna put that right hand in front of our foot. Next inhale, we're gonna open up to the left. Left arm goes wide and then up to the ceiling. Big stretch through the inside of that right leg. Turning our gaze to look up through those left fingertips. And then exhale, hand comes back down. Bending that right knee, right hand goes outside of our foot, flipping that left foot up. Right foot goes back. And now we'll chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, here we go on the other side. Inhale, swinging that left foot up inside of our left hand. Right foot turns out, heels on the mat, pushing our left foot into the mat. Arms come up overhead. Nice, warrior one. Making sure that knee's right over our ankle
You can play with your lunge a little bit, maybe see how far you can lunge, find your happy edge, kind of the point of discomfort but not pain. Nice big inhale, twisting to the right, right arm goes back, left arm goes forward. Reaching to the two sides of the room, we're going to look over those left fingertips, making sure our left knee's right over our ankle, gently pushing our feet into the mat. Make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. Inhale, bend that left arm comes down. We can use our block here if you want, and our right arm swings up to extended angle pose, so up to about 10 o'clock there. Palm faces left, reaching, extending through those hips, those ribs, and then we're going to inhale, twist to the right, opening up, taking that right shoulder up toward the ceiling, looking to the right, and then maybe up toward those right fingertips. And exhale, hand comes back down. Left hand goes outside, lift and straighten that left leg. Very good. I'm going to flip to the other side. Okay, now getting ready for pyramid. I have my block here. We're going to turn our hips to face straight ahead. Legs stay straight, bending and reaching, bending at our waist, hands come down. Relax all the way down till we're looking back at that right knee. Feel that nice big stretch go up through your left leg. Legs stay straight. Then bring your left hand inside of your foot. Next inhale, right arm goes to the side and then up to the ceiling. Looking up through those right fingertips, pushing that left hand into the mat. Little pressure on that left leg. Wonderful stretch up through that leg. Exhale, hand comes down, bending that left knee. Left hand goes outside. Right foot turns out, bringing that left foot back. Nice strong plank here. Let's just hold our plank here for a second. We've got our hands under our shoulders, belly's pulled in. Think about having a nice straight line here from the tip of your head to your heels. And we're going to do the 100 candle breath, but this time we're going to lower ourselves down on the 100 candle breath. So we're going to do a really slow exhale and lower ourselves down. All right, ready? Here we go. Exhale. Slowly coming down. Awesome. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to child's pose. So we're going to bend our knees, bend at our waist, bring our big toes together. Seat comes down to our heels. Elbows go wide as we bring our torso down between our legs and our forehead comes down to the mat. Relaxing here. Relax our lower back, our jaw and our shoulders. Nice, deep, grounded Ujjayi breathing. Now let's take our arms around and next to our calves, relaxing our shoulder blades away from our spine. Very good, letting that blood flow up and down our spine. Inhale, hands come back up above our head. Seat comes up, tucking our feet under, lifting that seat up toward the ceiling. Looking back at our knees. Head's nice and loose, belly's pulled in. Very good. I hope by now your wrists are getting used to down dog. If you just started, give yourself about 2 or 3 or 4 classes and your wrists will get used to down dog. Happens pretty quickly usually. Oh, for people who have bad wrist generally speaking, and a wrist will never be okay. Whenever we do down dog, you can always do puppy dog, and you just bring your elbows down and you go like this, and this is a great pose, and you've got an inversion here, and you've got this great stretch in your shoulders. If you guys want to try it, go ahead, come down on your elbows and look back at your knees. Feel that nice inversion. It really shifts things a little bit, and it gives that great stretch to your shoulders. And those of you whose wrists are just really feeling it, you can always do this instead of down dog. And then your transitions are going to look a little bit different, but that's okay. Everybody does it different. The point is we're doing it, right? We're doing it! Woohoo! All right, so here we go. Now, so this, since I was in puppy dog, my transition is going to be like this. I bend my knees, and then I bring my feet up like this. It's perfect. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And then we inhale, bend our knees. We're going to come up to chair again. Relaxing our lower back. Our sacrum goes out a little bit. And we're going to engage our shoulders and our arms and our hips and our legs. Everything's pushing toward that middle line, nice and strong. You might see if you can come down a little bit lower. Get your legs to shake a little bit. That means you're building strength. And then we're going to inhale, straighten those legs. Palms come together. Exhale, thumbs come down to heart center. Relaxing down our spine. Gentle smile on our face. Very nice. Okay, we did it. Woohoo! All right, moving on. We're going on to our balance pose. And our balance pose today is tree pose. Lovely tree pose. I usually balance off of my mat, but for video quality, I stay on my mat because you're focused right on this line. So if you want to step off of your mat, you can do that. Here we go for tree. First, relax down through our feet. Shoulders are over our hips, belly's pulled in. Okay. Now, on our next inhale, we're going to shift our weight to our right foot, and we're going to bend that left knee and open up that knee to the side. Hands come up to heart center, that foot comes in. Balancing, you might find a focal point on the floor to look at, and bring the bottom of your foot up. Maybe it's on your ankle, maybe your toe is still touching the floor. That's okay, as we're building balance, maybe it comes up to our calf. You might bring it up to the inside of your thigh. I take my toes forward then, and my heel goes toward the back. Or you might like to bring this foot up, knee goes down, and you lock your foot in there on your quad. And that, some people like that better than having your foot inside of your leg because it kind of locks it in there. Next inhale, we take our hands up to the ceiling. Exhale, opening up to about 2 and 10 o'clock. Shoulders come away from our ears. Noticing our breath, nice and steady. Noticing the weight of your arms there on your shoulders. And then we're going to inhale, bring those hands back together. Exhale, thumbs come down to heart center. And then we're going to let that foot come down and straighten that knee. Now, that leg was working so hard for us. You might give it a little roll your ankle, shake your leg, let all that blood flow come back in. Good job. Okay, now we're going to go on the other side. Balance it out. Whew. All right, here we go. Next inhale, we're going to shift our weight to that left foot. Bending our right knee, foot comes up to our ankle. Maybe our toe stays there. Find where you can hold 5 breaths of equanimity today. Wherever that may be. And then build from there. Once you've held 5 breaths at a certain pose, then maybe try to take it the next step higher. That's how we build balance and strength. Next inhale, we're going to take those hands up toward the ceiling. And then exhale, opening up our palms to the sky. Relaxing our shoulders away from our ears. Belly's pulled in slightly. Nice, peaceful tree. One of my faves. And then we're going to inhale and bring those hands back together. And then thumbs come down to heart center. Micro adjustments is also another big part of balance poses. Make little tiny micro adjustments to try to recover. If you overdo it, you throw yourself off. So start practicing micro adjustments. All right, and then we're gonna let that foot come down, straighten, give that right leg, that left leg a nice little shake. Woo! All right, very good. Moving on. Next poses are those awesome wide angle poses, so good for our back, backs of our legs, our spine. It's a nice inversion. I always do them every time, so good for us. Okay, so we're gonna take those feet wide. We want our sacrum to come out a little bit, sternum lifts, and we're gonna reach up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, bending in our waist. Our hands come down below our shoulders, and we relax down our spine all the way down until we're looking behind us. And then we're gonna let those arms hang. You wanna keep your legs straight. That's the most important thing, because we're getting a stretch in our hamstrings all the way down. If we bend our knees, that becomes a different pose. So if you're here, that is totally cool. You don't have, your hands definitely do not have to be on the floor. You can be hanging like this. Tilt your pelvis forward, and you want to get that nice big stretch in the backs of your legs. That's what we're looking for. All right, shake your head a little bit. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Then on our next inhale, we're going to bring ourselves back up. Okay, this time we're going to bring those hands behind our back. Lacing our fingers together, we're going to lift our sternum, draw our shoulders back, and our hands come away from our seat, chins up. Exhale, bending in our waist, shoulders come down, hands go up toward the ceiling. We're going to let those shoulder blades come together in the back. Relaxing down your spine, relax your jaw. Maybe push those hands up a little bit higher. The more you relax, the deeper you can go. The only thing engaged really here is those hands pushing up toward the ceiling. So try to relax those shoulders and your jaw. You might get more movement there. Nice big stretch in the backs of our legs. Next inhale, we're going to start to come up. Slowly, our hands come down, relax those hands, and move those shoulders around there, getting that blood flow back in there. All right, one more time. This time, we get our peace fingers ready, reaching up to the ceiling. Exhale, we're gonna fold. Keep those legs straight. Now, our hands can go behind our calves or our ankles, or if it's available, we're gonna put those peace fingers around our big toes. And our elbows are bent, and we're going to use our arms to pull ourselves a little bit deeper into the pose here. Relax your lower back. You can shift your weight to the outsides of your feet a little bit here to get a nice stretch on the outsides of your ankles, going up into your calves and your shins. So good for runners. Hello, all my runners out there. I hope you're doing this awesome yoga. It's going to be so good for you. You're going to love it. Keep with it. It just helps make everything better. You walkers too. So good for us. All right, then we're going to bring our hands to center. We're going to bend our knees, and we're going to start to rock and slide our feet in under our sit bones here. All right, and this is called Malasana. and it's squatting. Basically, that's what it is, but it's so good for so many things. Digestion is one of them. So you can be up on your heels. Everybody's Achilles are different. Just find your happy edge. See if you can balance maybe. Put a little pressure on the insides of your legs, bringing your palms together. Our thumbs are right there at our heart, at our sternum. Relax our lower back. Relax your jaw. Maybe find a focal point to focus on, or close your eyes if that's available. This is a nice meditation pose. All right, now we'll bring our hands back to the mat. We're going to bring our knees down and lift up on our knees. We're going to do camel next. This pose is called camel for some reason. So we've got our knees under our hips and our shoulders over our hips. And we're going to turn our toes under, looking straight ahead. On our next inhale, we're going to bring our hands to our lower back. And we're going to exhale, let your hips go forward, and you're going to look up toward the ceiling, getting a nice arch in your back. Now, you might lower your left hand down to your heel, and then lower your right hand down to your heel, opening up through your heart, letting that head hang back. Squeeze your glutes, lift those hips up toward the ceiling. All right, now release your right arm and bring your right shoulder forward, and then bring your left shoulder forward. Now for that pose, you can stay right here like this and get that nice arch. You don't need to bring your hands down to your heels. Everybody's different. Find your happy edge and just feel all the benefits of that pose where you're at today. Now I'm going to move on. We're going to do hero next, hero pose. You're going to take your knees a little bit wider than your hips. Now your feet are flat. Tops of your feet flat. We're going to bend at our waist and bring our hands in front. And we're going to walk our hands around to the side and lower our seat inside of our heels. So my heels are outside. You can take your calves and roll them out a little bit if that seems like the thing to do. And then we're going to walk our hands back here like this. And we're going to use our arms to get that nice stretch through our quads and through our knees there. And for some people, this is just not available. And if it's not right now, just hold tight. We won't be here too long. Now you might come down to your elbows like this. Some people like to lay flat. If you like to do that, go ahead. Some people like to do a little arch and let their head hang back. That feels good. You can bring your head down to the mat, or you can lay like this. Relax where you can relax. The more you relax, the deeper you go in those stretches. All right. And then on our next inhale, we're going to push those elbows into the mat and then take our right shoulder forward and then our left shoulder forward. Lifting, taking our seat over to the side, and then our feet come forward. And now bring your feet toward me. And we're going to do our forward folds. Good job. So good for your body. All right. Now, forward folds. We've got our belt. We're going to fold it in half. Our feet are flexed. Lift our sternum. Reach up to the ceiling. Big stretch. Exhale. We're going to lean forward. Reach forward. Tummy goes to our thighs. And we're going to put that belt around the arches of our feet. Keep your knees straight. What's most important is that your knees are straight. If you bend your knees, you're not going to get that big stretch through the back of your legs. That's so good for you. So keep those knees straight and use that belt. Some people's forward fold is going to look like this. And you're feeling all the benefits of this stretch. You're feeling it, man. Some people, just kind of play with it. See if you can bring your belly down. Chin goes toward our shins. Relax your lower back. Let those muscles come away from your spine. So good for our back here. Nice deep stretch. If it's available, you can put your hands around your arches of your feet there. All right, and then we'll release and inhale ourselves back up. Next inhale. Hands go up to the ceiling, big stretch. Exhale, fold. This time, our belt's gonna go around the balls of our feet up here, and you're gonna notice a shift in that stretch. It's gonna come up to the backs of your knees and the tops of your calves. Oh, you're gonna feel it. So good for us. So good for our muscles and ligaments and tendons and all those things, and our bones. Because all these little stretches are making little tears there where your bone connects to your muscle, and then when it heals, it makes stronger bones and stronger muscles. So we're doing a good thing. Chin goes toward our shins. Relax down our spine. And release and inhale ourselves back up. Now, we're gonna set that belt off to the side, and we're gonna take the balls of our feet down toward the floor and kind of point our toes. Now you might get a little crampy here, so you can kind of move your ankles around, reach up toward the ceiling, pointing our toes. Exhale, tummy goes toward our thighs, pointing those toes, and bring your hands around to the sides of your legs. Now, we want to turn our knees in toward each other a little bit. We want to feel a stretch on the tops of our ankles and our feet and going up toward our shins. Really good for shin splints, tendonitis. All this stuff is good for tendonitis, everything we do. And then release, and we bring ourselves back up. Very good. Now, at this point, I'm going to push my hands into the mat and let my spine hang. Just kind of bringing everything back into alignment. It feels so good. We're going to do baby cradle next, going into cow face. So we're going to bend that left knee, and we're going to draw our foot up toward our tummy, taking our left elbow and arm over our leg. I'm going to go like this a little bit so you can see what I'm doing better. You can kind of go like this, rock your leg around, pulling it in. And we want to get that nice, strong, that nice stretch in our left hip. Sorry, I'm reversing. I'm mirroring you. And I'm thinking about I'm flexing that right foot too. I wanted to say that too. So I was multitasking in my brain, wanting to say two things at the same time. Never turns out good. Okay, now we're going to put that foot over our right leg. Lean to the right, bend your right knee, and bring that right heel under your left hip. And then we're going toward cow face here. So we're going toward having these knees lined up. Now everybody's different, so wherever you are today, find that happy edge. We're thinking about stretching this left hip. That's your focal point right now. And then we're going to take this belt and we're going to reach up toward the ceiling with our right hand. Bend that elbow so that strap is down the back of my spine. I'm taking my left hand behind my back and I'm connecting on that belt. I'm holding that belt, lifting up, chin goes up, and I'm pulling my elbows back. I'm going to turn around now so you can see what I'm doing behind my back. Pull those elbows back. Lifting our sternum, nice big stretch in that hip. Very good. And then release. And we're going to let that belt go. Lean to the side, uncross your leg. And we'll do everything on the other side now. Push your hands into the mat, let your spine hang down. Brings everything back into alignment. All right, here we go on the other side. Bending that right knee. Holding our foot, drawing that foot in, taking our right arm over our left leg, flexing that left foot. I thought about one thing at a time there. Nice big stretch through that right hip. Okay, now we're going to take that foot over our left leg, leaning to the left, bending our knee, bringing our heel under our right sit bone. Nice big stretch through this right hip. Now we got our belt. We're gonna reach up to the ceiling, bending our arm. Belt goes down our spine, taking our right hand behind our back, lifting our chin, pulling our elbows back, lifting our sternum, tilting our pelvis forward a little bit so you really feel that nice deep stretch in that hip. Deep Ujjayi breathing. Can't forget that. All right, and then we will release and let that belt go. And lean to the side, uncross. And now we're gonna come down to the mat. We're gonna do plank next. Oh, we're getting so strong. Okay, so we're gonna turn our belly down toward the mat. Elbows go wide, and we're lacing our fingers together. All right. Tucking our toes under here. We're gonna look right into the center of that little triangle we made with an invisible bottom line. In our next inhale, we're gonna lift up our seat and then our knees, and we're gonna settle into a nice straight plank. All right, you can adjust a little bit, get those elbows right under your shoulders. Think about having a straight line from your head down to your sit bone to your heels. Everything's in alignment. You can always plank on your knees while you're building strength. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing. Ground your breathing. Draw from the well of your Ujjayi breath. Making little micro adjustments where you can. I make micro adjustments through my pelvis and through my shoulders. I kind of adjust everything to give every part of that body a little bit of a rest so I can keep going. All right, now on our next exhale, we'll go knees, hips, chest. Take those elbows wide. We're gonna turn our head, relaxing down our spine. You might tuck your tailbone under a little bit there to give your lower back a little bit of relief before we go and do this one more time. Okay, here we go. Inhale, lifting up, bringing those elbows under our shoulders, lacing our fingers together, tucking those toes under. Next inhale, hips come up and knees adjusting down. Nice straight line here. Pushing our elbows into the mat. Nice deep Ujjayi breathing. Little adjustments through your lower back and your pelvis. Your knees can be soft here. You can relax your jaw, relax your hands. There's parts of your body you're not using right now, so you don't have to put your energy into those things. Little micro adjustments. And then next exhale, we'll come down knees, hips, chest, and elbows go wide. Relaxing down our spine. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit, give your lower back a little relief. Now we'll look and see what's next for us today. Oh, our good shoulder stretches. Oh yes, we're in perfect position to do our shoulder stretches. Okay, so for shoulder stretches, we are going to stretch your right arm straight up to the side, like at 3 o'clock. And we're looking at our left hand, our elbows bent. You're gonna lift that elbow up, and then you're gonna push your hand into the mat, adjusting that right hand, and we're gonna roll our body over that right shoulder. Our left foot comes behind us. Adjust your right hand so that you're feeling a stretch through your shoulder. That's the focal point right now. Now, you could stay right here. Your head lays on the mat. Sometimes you want to hold your head up like this. You don't have to. You can just rest your head there. Now, at this point, if you want to bend that left knee and reach around and connect at your ankle, you can get that nice stretch in your left quad while you're getting that great stretch in that right shoulder. Relax where you can relax. Nice deep ujjayi breathing. Nice and grounded. So good for us. Okay, and release. Hand comes down, roll down and bring that leg down. Now we're gonna switch to the other side. I'm gonna switch so that my voice is going towards you. Okay, so now our left hand is straight out to the side. Our right arm is bent. We're lifting up our elbow. We're pushing our hand into the mat, rolling over that left shoulder. You can walk your hand up in the back to get a deeper stretch. If you're not feeling it in that left shoulder, just kind of scoot your hand up. Head's relaxed. Now we're going to bend that right knee, reaching around, up, connecting there, and then opening up again, getting that nice big stretch in that quad. Maybe that foot comes all the way over. Nice deep ujjayi breath. And release. Hand comes down, straighten that leg, and roll ourselves down, bending that left arm. Relax your cheek on the mat. Let everything melt down toward the mat. Just letting our body process that pose. Yeah. All right. And then we're gonna roll to our back when you're ready. Woo! I'm really feeling in my lower back today. We've been really stretching there. Feels good. Okay, we're going to, let's do a little counter pose for that. Let's bend our knees and bring our legs up to our chest. Hands go around our shins. Inhale, we're gonna lift up our head, and we're gonna roll up into a tight ball. Look down at your feet. Pull your legs in, nice and tight, tucking your tailbone under. At this point, actually, you can't tuck your tailbone under. You can just relax your lower back. Relax your lower back. But this pose is bringing it up. And then relax, head comes down. We're going to relax that lower back. Let your knees go wide. And let's just roll from side to side. Very nice. And then we'll come back to center. Feet come down to the mat. Hands come down. Adjusting, we're going to do our supine twist. All right, and now we're getting ready for our supine twist. So good for us. We're going to inhale, take that right leg over our left. Picking up our left foot a little bit and dropping those knees all the way over to the side. Our left hand is over our right leg, and our right hand goes out to the side. Right arm is straight out to the side. Palms facing up toward the ceiling. And we turn our gaze to look over that right arm. Now everything's nice and relaxed here. The only thing really that should be doing any work is that left hand. Holding onto that right leg. Jaws relaxed, shoulders. And then release that leg and uncross. Bring those knees back to center. Hands come down to our side. And now we'll cross that left leg over our right. Picking up our right foot, dropping those knees all the way over. Left arm goes straight out to the side. Palm facing up toward the ceiling. Looking over our left hand. Relaxing down our spine. Nice, deep, grounded ujjayi breaths. And releasing that left leg, uncrossing. Knees come back to center. Bring our hands down to our side, tuck our tailbone under, adjusting our side here. And then straightening out those legs and getting our
ourselves ready for our final Shavasana here, corpse pose. All right. We've got our heels a little bit wider than our hips. Hands a little bit wider than our shoulders, palms facing up. Adjusting our head so our shoulders and our jaw can be nice and relaxed. And we'll start bringing our awareness back to our breath. Breathing up through our spine. Noticing the pause at the top of our inhale. Exhaling down our spine. Notice the pause there at the bottom of our exhale. Notice how your belly rises on your inhale gently, making room for your lungs to expand. Notice how the air feels on your skin. And with our next inhale, let's roll to our right, keeping your eyes closed, bending your elbows and your knees, resting your head there on your arm. Letting everything melt down toward the mat again. Gentle smile on your face. Thank your body for all the hard work you do for it. And think about the intention you set at the beginning of practice and how you might take that into the rest of your day. And our next inhale, let's start to move our fingers and wiggle our toes. Start to open our eyes. And when you're ready, go ahead and push yourself back up to a nice seated position. Hands come up to heart center. Thumbs resting gently there on your sternum. May the intentions of our heart and the words of our mouth and the thoughts of our mind be to the glory of God. Namaste. See ya!